Andrea from the blog Pine and Prospect Home, and I have a fun video planned for you today. If I can say it, it's a little bit of a tongue twister. Okay, I'm gonna title this video 5 of my favorite furniture flips. 5 favorite furniture flips. Say that 5 times fast. So, I don't paint furniture as much as I used to. Back when I first got married, I painted pretty much everything. I didn't have a lot of wood pieces in my home. Now I tend to really love wood pieces. You guys know this about me. I'm really drawn to beautiful wood tones. Scrubbed pine is my favorite. I dream of one day having a pine wardrobe somewhere in my home. But I do love painted furniture still, and I think it can be really beautiful. I don't do as much distressing in my home as I used to. I know that used to be a really popular thing, and it still is. But if I do distress something, I think there's a right way to do it to make it look natural. If you are new here, you know that my home is filled with very thrifty decor, garage sales, Facebook Marketplace, side of the road, thrift stores. One of these days I would love to do a home tour and just walk around and show you guys like everything in my home that was so super cheap. I think it would be really fun. It's just one of those things where I would have to clean the entire house to do that. And believe it or not, I'm looking at a pile of laundry, a vacuum, some toys, so it's just one of those things that I have to get to. But let's talk about today's video, 5 furniture flips. The first one that I want to share with you guys, I have an entire blog post on, so I'm not going to go into a lot of detail, but I'll kind of explain what I did. It's the dresser in our bedroom that was given to us when Mike's grandmother passed away, my husband. It was a newer piece, but it was a very dark cherry sort of stain, and I wanted to brighten it up and lighten it up. And you know, it took me probably 3 or 4 years to do anything to that dresser because it was in good condition. And I was just scared that I would ruin it or that people would tell me I was crazy for wanting to paint such a pretty piece. But let me just tell you guys that it is your home and it's what you love. And you should never allow the opinions of others or the fact that you shouldn't paint wood furniture, never let that stop you if there's something in your home that you're just not in love with. So finally I said, you know what, this isn't my style. I want something that feels more cottagey. I'm just gonna go for it. So I painted the entire outside of the dresser with a dark gray paint. It was actually a paint that we had custom made at the hardware store because we were trying to color match our home to do some touch-ups. So I don't even know what the paint color is, but just a really pretty dark gray. And then I wanted to do something a little bit different. So instead of painting the drawers, I stripped the front of the drawers and sanded them down to the wood, and I ended up with this really pretty two-toned dresser, which is really lovely. It's one of my absolute favorite furniture flips. And so that's the first one that I wanted to share with you guys today. And like I said, I have a blog post with all of the materials I used. Everything is laid out step by step in that post. I'll put a link in the description below if you want to check it out. The second furniture flip that is probably, well, it's number 2 on my list because I love it so much. It's the piano that's in our sunroom. It was very orange. Someone gave it to us free of charge. My son was taking piano lessons, and turns out I'm actually now playing the piano, just chords. I just like to play chords to different songs. But anyways, so it was very orange, and I ended up using some paint by a company called Jolie, and it's a really good paint. It's a little bit pricey, but it's been solid. I mean, that piano has not chipped one time, and the kids are really rough with that piano. I painted it the color linen, and I have had a few comments from people saying that it was much darker on their piece when they purchased that paint than it was on my piano. And the only thing I can really think is that my piano is in the sunroom, and so it's just filled with natural light in there, and I think it's just maybe comes across brighter because it's out in an area with so much light. So keep that in mind if you're wanting to use that same color paint. But I love that makeover. It is so beautiful. I have so many people tell me that they are so scared to paint their piano, and it's definitely, it was a huge project, several days, but I have a whole blog post on it, a whole video where I record the whole process if you want to check that out. My third favorite furniture flip for you today would be the corner cabinet in my dining room. I've talked about this before, and I still get questions all the time from people about the color of it. I have a whole blog post about the corner cabinet, but I found it on Facebook Marketplace, and it was expensive. It was, I think, $150, but I had a corner cabinet that was already there that the previous homeowners just left in the home. So I sold that corner cabinet for $165 and paid for the new corner cabinet. So it was kind of cool. But anyways, it was a dark green when I saw it on Facebook Marketplace, but I knew it had so much potential. So we went and picked it up, and I painted it Kingsport Gray by Benjamin Moore, and it's like a muddy brown grayish, I like to call it. A mix between brown and gray. I would say it leans more towards a mushroom brown, but with gray undertones. It's a tricky color, but it's really beautiful. I actually have that same color on the closet door in my entryway and the railing on my stairs and inside the window, so it's a really pretty accent color, and I love the way it looks in my dining room. I have a whole blog post on it, and I'll put a link for that as well if you'd like to check it out. Okay, we talked about my dresser, my piano, the corner cabinet. Number 4 for my favorite furniture flip would probably be the changing table in my son's nursery. Oh my goodness, this changing table, okay, it was at Goodwill, and it was brand new. It had the tag still on it, so it was probably, considered a salvage piece from, I don't know, Walmart or Target, I can't remember. And they wanted $40 for it, which is a good price for a brand new changing table. But of course, I asked if they would take $35, and I believe they did. But it was black when I brought it home, completely black. And so I whipped up a batch of my own chalk paint. It's my favorite recipe for chalk paint. It's never failed me. And I have a blog post all about it, and I'll put it in the description box below. But I painted it this really pretty soft gray. I can't remember the name of the color off the top of my head, but it's in the blog post. And then I switched out the knobs, and I did something really fun. I put some pretty porcelain knobs on the top that tied into the wallpaper in the nursery, and then some brass knobs on bottom. So I had a lot of fun with that piece. It looks so beautiful in the nursery with the baskets above it filled with diapers and wipes. And so that's probably my 4th favorite furniture flip as of right now. I am looking around the house right now, and I feel like I could probably do another set of furniture flips with you guys because there are so many that I love, but I said I would narrow it down to 5 today. So I guess for number 5, I would probably choose the table that's right here in our living room, that wooden side table that my mom gave me. It was another free piece of furniture, and it was a very dark stain when I got it, and it even leaned a little bit like cherry toned. It wasn't just a pure dark brown. And so I wanted to soften the stain, and I took this product called Citrus Strip Spray, where you spray it all over the piece of furniture. And it was really crazy. The directions said to let the stripper sit on the wood, and then you're supposed to sort of scrub the stripper with a soapy sponge. It was a really interesting process. And so I did that. My husband helped me with it. And what ended up happening is it sort of softened and lightened the tone of the table, and it gave it this really beautiful, like, Pottery Barn weathered finish, which I absolutely love. It's so gorgeous. It looks like a super expensive table, and it was absolutely free apart from the stripper that we purchased. So that would be my 5th favorite furniture flip for you today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I love talking about furniture makeovers. I truly believe that you don't have to have a lot of money to have a beautiful home. It's something that I try to encourage people with all the time. And in fact, I think it makes your home look more cozy and collected when you gather these pieces over time and everything isn't part of a brand new set. So I hope this post gave you some inspiration today. I hope you'll check out all of the blog posts that I mentioned, and my hope is that it inspires you, and maybe next time you're out thrifting or you're scrolling through Facebook Marketplace, you won't look at furniture as it is, but you'll see the potential in it. And sometimes I think that's why we overlook a lot of treasures, because we just think, you know, that wouldn't work in my home. But think about what it could be and what you could do to it to make it a truly beautiful piece in your home. So thanks again so much for watching. If you are new to my channel, please be sure and hit that subscribe button. I'll see you next time, guys. Bye-bye.